Hi there. Good morning. Hope you all are doing good. And I hope the videos that on topics of pertaining to ADHD children's struggles that I'm covering, I hope it is beneficial. It's helping you all. Please do comment. Please do like, subscribe, and share. It will motivate me to, share more and do much better. Okay, today I'm going to talk about if that ADHD child is grasping concepts, but because of the sitting tolerance being bad or next to zero, and the child is always on the move, I am not able to teach them anything. Play school is over, now they are in nursery, then junior KG, senior KG, but I'm finding it very hard to teach them concepts. What to do? How do I know whether my child is understanding them? Simple. Very simple. First, if sitting tolerance is a problem, put the chair and the table away for some time. Don't start with the table and the chair. Let it go. So today I'm going to talk about how to do activities for children 5 and below. Chuck the chair, chuck the table. That can take a weight. Don't frustrate yourself. Don't frustrate the child. Nothing is going to be achievable then. What do you want to teach? Let's say concepts of big and small, tall and short, things like that. Okay, let's start with big and small. You teach it through play. Teach concepts through play. Get 2 balls, one big ball, one small ball. Initially, if the child is finding it hard, get 2 different colors. Get, say, for example, big red ball, small yellow ball. Start by throwing the ball. First, you throw the big ball. Say, I'm throwing the big red ball. Big. Stress on the word big and then show the ball. Big. Throw it. Okay? By this also, what you're working on, that throwing skills, the gross motor skills also you are working on. So use multiple plays to work on many things. Throw. After some time, oh, now let's make the big ball sit here. Let's throw the small ball. Small. And then take that yellow small ball and throw. Do it a couple of times. After 5 minutes or so, the kid might lose interest. Fair enough. Next time you can use it as kicking. If it's a plastic ball, just in the house, kick. Let's kick the big ball. Big red ball. After a few days, stop using the colors. Stop using the colors. Put the ball in a place and ask the child, go get me the big ball. See what the child is bringing. But of course, the child should be interested at that time to do that activity. If the child gets you the big ball, you got your answer. The child knows the big concept. Right? Because in a basket full of things, the child has picked up the big ball. Okay? Next, after a few days, say, get me the small ball. So, big and small is clear. You can use it not only with ball, with other things also. Multiple things. You have to be just creative to think of ways. Now, another thing is about prepositions. Many 4 and 5, they usually start talking about under, above. You can just when you're walking in the garden with the child. Wow, look up. If a bird is flying, look up. See the birds flying up. See the birds flying. Okay, the moon is up in the sky. The sun is up. When you when you're walking with your child, when you are playing with your child, just use it in the terms of conversation. And then you can say, if you're using a lift to go up and down, if you're in the 5th floor and you want to go to the ground floor, let's go down. So let's press the ground floor. Let's go down. When you come back, you can say, let's go up. So these are ways. Then if you're playing with a ball and the ball has gone under the table or under the chair, can you please get it from under the table? Stress on these words, under. If you want the child to pick up a toy from the basket, can you look inside the basket? Inside. If the ball is outside, oh sorry, the ball is outside the basket. So through play, through traveling, you can introduce concepts and checking whether they have understood or no. I have told you. You just have to ask. Like tomorrow, if you keep saying the sun is up in the sky, so tomorrow you can just say, or the moon is up in the sky, or stars are up in the sky. You have taught them. Then you can just ask them one day when you're walking. Use your child's name and say, "Do you see any stars?" So they'll be like, "Where?" Then they'll be like, "Yeah, there." Where did you see them? Where? Sometimes they might tell you up. That means you understood, that they've understood the concepts. So with ADHD children, please understand, initial years when they are very hyper and things like that, getting them to sit on the table and chair, getting them worksheets and everything might not help. Okay, we need to do that definitely, because all the time we cannot go hopping around teaching them things. I do agree, but when we are trying to understand and teach them, and to even get a response whether they understood concepts or no, please use play method. Once you're sure, then slowly one worksheet, colorful worksheet or something you can introduce. Okay, they even for numbers and all, no, please use play. Like if they are not ready to sit, you get toys, get blocks, get Lego might be too for two and all will be too much. Get blocks, get or you can get your household items also, the spoons and the forks and the bowls. Count, and then in the middle you can just take a spoon and bang on those bowls. 1 2 3. Children like all this. So you need to teach concepts, you need to introduce them to things through play. If they are sitting tolerance and hyperactivities on a higher side, use home play, outdoor play, as and when possible. Traveling time, you can do a lot of activities with them to teach them things. And how do you realize if they have understood it? I've told you already in some time back, so you could just check on all these things. Okay, I hope this has been meaningful, this has been helpful. Thank you.